Welcome to the Freelance Tribe. Here we talk with skilled freelancers about their professional journey. Stay tuned for real-life experiences to learn and actionable steps to take to improve your freelancing career. My name is Yuri. I'm a community builder at Code Control and 9am.works, and my guest is Stefan Ritter, a managing director in Ritter Mobile Technology agency, who's been creating professional apps for iOS and Android and solutions for customers and users worldwide in the heart of Bavaria since 2010, and a freelancer with a huge experience. And today we'll discuss how AI can help freelancers stand out from the crowd and what impact AI will have on freelancers in the future. So, welcome, Stefan.
Hi, Yuri. Thank you for inviting me.
Finally, super happy to talk to you. It's been some time since we first connected, but here we are, and I can't wait to start this conversation. So, the first part of your Ritter digital newsletter is AI news. So tell me, when did you feel AI impact your work for the first time?
Well, I think it was not only one first time, it was like three different first times. It's the very first time was years ago when I needed translation, and I found deepl.com. I think a lot of people using it. I was impressed how fast and how good the results are. And I did recognize there's some AI behind it, and but I wasn't paying too much attention to it.
Yeah.
So this was the really first contact with AI, and I was, wow, it really helps me. It saves time, it's fast, and the results are good. Well, the second one was more like a bad experience because I was working on a project. It was a project for a startup and was a huge project in the healthcare industry. And yeah, in the end, we were like a couple of developers, like 6, 7 developers, and I was responsible with my company for the app development. So the question was, how can we improve things? And we're behind schedule. And on the client side, there was a project manager. And at this time, it was like 1 year ago or 18 months ago, ChatGPT was really big in media. And he suddenly found out, oh, there's ChatGPT. So the problem was he was challenging us or was questioning our software development process and how we work. So he was asking ChatGPT, like, is this the right way to program this? But it was out of context and there was a lot of information missing. So in the end, we got confronted with some answers from ChatGPT and wow, and if this is AI, we don't like it because it's questioning our work. And this was kind of a bad experience. So the third one was a really good one because we were it's last year, end of last year, we were on a Zoom call like today, and we were 3 developers, and we said let's test GitHub Copilot. And we were having our small project, and we're okay, what can we do now with GitHub Copilot? And we just challenged it and said, let's document this code because every software developer hates documenting code. That's something which is really nobody really likes.
Yeah.
So right click, document this code, and we were, wow, what's going on here? And we all said, that's crazy. It's much better than any one of us could do it, and it's much faster, and it's good. It's really good. So from this moment on, I really knew this would change the life of every software developer AI because I was impressed, and things moved on, and they're now much better.
Have you ever thought that AI will take your job?
No, but it will change. It will change because it will take the bad parts of the job or the repetitive parts, which are boring. If you have something to do and it's, oh, I need like 1 hour or 2 hours for it, and now you can use AI and it only takes 10 minutes or 50 minutes. So it will change, and that's really important that people realize, or all the freelancers realize, that AI is not an enemy. It can be your best technical friend or a creative friend.
I feel like so many people will have to stop procrastinating because before that you can sit on like 4 hours. Oh, I'm in thinking process, and I'm like, why don't you just ask ChatGPT? Like it's 5 minutes. Go do this. So, but yeah, I feel like for people who are really, really like results focused, who really values their time, it's like a very important thing.
Yeah.
And I'm curious, how do you personally use AI in your day-to-day work?
Well, it changed. It changed in the last couple of months because things got better.
Hmm.
So it starts at the beginning when we do software development, we use ChatGPT and we use GitHub Copilot. We also use like translating stuff. We use it for creative processes like AI design, which is sometimes really good. Sometimes you can forget it. But in the day-to-day work, it's ChatGPT, DeepL, or image generation. For example, all the images from the newsletter, they are AI generated. It's crazy. And now I've just found out the Flux image creator from the Black Forest Labs, which is really, really good. They generate images. That's the next level. X.com is using it for their image generation. It's really good. So for us in the daily work, it saves us a lot of time. I think it's up to 50, 60%, because we started our own startup project years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago. And whenever we have free time, we're working on it. And we already finished the Android app in Jetpack Compose. And now we said, okay, we have to do this with iOS. And we are used to do native apps, do it for iOS, do it for Android. And we decided, okay, let's do it in React Native. We're experienced with React Native, but I never was a fan of this cross-platform development. And I said, okay, now it's the time, let's give it a try. So we started with it with Expo, and we used a lot of ChatGPT for helping us because we had no clue. It was our first project. And this is the fastest going on project ever. Within 2.5 weeks, we already have 60, 70% of the whole app finished. And it's crazy because it's like ChatGPT, okay, I need a routine for my app. And it shows us the right code. You have to understand it. It's not like you need your expertise knowledge, but it really helps us a lot. And even last week, one of my developers, which is also a freelancer, um, said, "Okay, I have to do this user interface, and okay, let's see what ChatGPT can do." And I was like typing, I need a button on the upper bottom, no, on the bottom. I need a list, and I just described it, a really good prompt for ChatGPT, and
Mhm.
suddenly the layout code, the React Native code came out, and it was really good. And I said, okay, but writing this prompt is kind of takes some time. So I thought, what if I upload a screenshot from Figma?
Hmm.
Can ChatGPT do this?
Hmm.
And we tried it, and they did it. ChatGPT did it, and even better. And I was, wow, this saves us so much time. And nobody did know that you can upload a screen and say make a layout from this screenshot in React Native, and it's really good. It's not perfect, but it really helps saving time. So to sum it up, we use it whenever we can. So sometimes it makes sense, and sometimes it's like you need to read some documentation. But the best thing for me is when you use it and ChatGPT or Copilot gives you a result. You
Hmm.
can ask ChatGPT again, can you please explain what the result is? Can you please explain this part of the result? And this is like a personal assistant. I feel like I have a personal assistant which is very, very intelligent, which is always friendly, which is always there, costs no money, and helps me a lot. That's that's really perfect.
So you just told that it was really great piece of code, and what I've heard from many developers that sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and but still, in your experience, it's like very useful. How do you think? What do you think the difference between experienced developer or experienced freelancer using ChatGPT and inexperienced freelancer using ChatGPT?
I think that's a big problem because if you're experienced, you get a result from ChatGPT or GitHub Copilot or some other AI code generators, you always have to take a proof look at it. Is this the correct answer? Does this make sense? Because it's so perfect. So if you, for example, you have a very young junior software developer and he has a really hard task and he asks ChatGPT, do this work for me, and he doesn't understand the result, then we have a problem. Then we really have a problem. But if he's doing the right way, he can say, okay, this is the result. Can you please explain me the result? Why are you doing this? And this really helps. So if we just say, okay, we take the result and we don't ask why the result is this way, then we might have a problem. If you take a close look at the result and ask, why is this the best practice or why is this the best result? Or do you have other options? Then we can learn. So it's not like helping us in delivering us a result. It's also a big chance for making us better and bringing us stuff, learning us stuff. This really helps because the next time maybe I don't ask ChatGPT because I learn from ChatGPT and write the code on my own.
Yeah. Do you think you would learn and write code on your own, or would you prefer to ask ChatGPT and then just check what it gives you?
I mean, it's if you're a software developer with passion, you love to write code. So it's although it's in the past it was difficult to use code from other software developers. Okay, open source, it's fine, but yeah, you copied it and there was not too much trust. But now it's like it you have to change your mind because now it's like it's helping you. It's not like it's giving you one of the best advices it can give you for this problem or this task. But you have to take a look at it. Is it correct? And something which you can do, you can give the code from ChatGPT to Copilot and let's check it from a different AI, which is really cool because I tested today the Cursor code editor, and it's like they have all the different models from ChatGPT, Copilot, and then you can, for the same code, you get different results. And improve this code? And three models said it's fine, and the fourth model said no, it's probably difficult. There's probably an issue with this code. So that's also good because in the end, you don't have one friend, you have like 5 or 6 good friends, which are the different models, and you can ask all of them, and they all want to help you.
How do you feel about AI applications that are growing right now? So almost every new application that you see nowadays on the market is like AI powered. How do you feel about it?
It's crazy. It's so many. I'm out of it because it's so many different tools, and there are some really useful tools, but it's just to keep on what's on the market and what you can use. That's really a lot of time consuming, and that's also a reason why I wrote this newsletter where I'm every 2 weeks because there's a section tools, and I try to bring the newest tools for software developers, which really makes sense to use it. So there's probably each day like 10 new tools. Some of them are really interesting. Some of them it's like I mean we have like 10 different image generators. I don't know where the future goes. Maybe we end up in like 3 or 4. Same with translation. There's a lot of good translators, but with code generation, I think depends what's the new models bring. But right now, it's really good. And if you compare it to the development of cars, I think we are somewhere in 1930 or 1940 of the car development. So we're just at the beginning.
So you are doing this newsletter, and a huge part of it is AI news. So what are the tools, and are there any tools or news that you've heard about that can improve your freelancing journey, but you haven't tried them yet?
Yeah, there are a couple. For example, there's a lot of in the software development process, you begin like with the design. So we're using Figma, and you can use like Figma had this AI tool. I think they stopped it now because the results were not really were very close to the Apple
Mm,
UI. So we don't use it. We still make our own designs. But the next step is when you have your design, you can really generate code. This is something which I would like to use more.
mm.
Then during the software development process, we definitely use it right now. And then the next step for the release or the testing and all the stuff, there are some tools we probably can use it much more. But we are still figuring out which are the best tools. Because in the end, you don't want to deal with 10 different tools.
What are some of those tools that you are discovering right now?
Yeah, if you read my newsletter, there are a couple of tools like Get Image AI. Do you notice? It's crazy. I mean,
Mm.
you can just choose which image generator. If you have a good prompt, that's something for the newsletter which I used, or alter the images for our own project. Because you always have this thing. I need a good image.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the free stocks images. And the first ones are free, and the second one you already have to pay it. And now we generated these images with getimage.ai. And it's a new Flux image generator. This really helped. So then there's Cursor AI, which is this code editor. Just tested it today, and it looks really, really promising. That's something which helps. So that's two of the tools which I want to get more deeper into it. And then it's just like um, spending in a week like 1 hour or 2 hours just exploring new tools and testing it, which is really good. And
Yeah.
I mean, you have to save this time. You need 1 or 2 hours just going through the internet and checking these tools. But right now, for our software development process, that's something which is good. I mean, and ChatGPT is doing a lot of work for us. It's really
And
good.
you are working, you are developing apps for iOS and
Yeah,
Android. And what do your customers say about AI nowadays?
difficult. That's really difficult because um, they're all curious about it,
Yeah.
but they don't see the use cases.
Hmm.
So, because we all don't see the use cases, so I don't blame the customers. So it's very new. It's just like 1 year old. The new models are 6 months old, but they're realizing now it can do some work for them. But it also changes the current processes for the customers. For example, we developed an app for a customer, a quiz app, and they're in the health industry, and it was for the students. So I came up with the idea, hey, the quiz app, you have to put in the answers and the questions. We could use AI for additional information. After you answer the question, it shows the right answer, and then you ask ChatGPT, bring me more information for this right answer. Well, that's difficult because we are dealing with medical content and it
Yeah.
has to be 100% correct.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lack of trust.
Mhm.
Is ChatGPT really always giving you the correct answer? And it's not, it's like 95%. 5% are completely forgettable. So it's difficult, but we are also customers to ourselves because our startup project, we had the same question. So how can we integrate AI in our project? It's like it's like a event planning tool for closed groups. For if you have a club or a fan club or an association, you can reach your members if you're planning an event, and they can say, "Okay, I'll take part," or you do an excursion or a trip to Munich. So and then I came up, how can we use AI? We have a pitch deck and we need AI. Everybody has AI in their pitch deck. I said, no, I don't want to use it if it's just AI for nothing. But then I came up with, okay, people can plan trips to Munich Olympic Stadium. And for example, they have 3 hours free time. How can they fill the 3 hours? And they plan the trip on our web front end, but then they have to search what are we doing in the 3 hours. There are some other things to see. That's where ChatGPT or AI comes in. You can just ask, hey, I'm in Munich this day for 3 hours. What can I do? My interests are culture, soccer, and I like vegan food or want to go Indian food. And you can do this on Google, but it takes a lot of time. But ChatGPT can bring you additional content or information, like trip planning. For everyone, just test if whenever you plan a trip to a city or somewhere else, ask ChatGPT. I'm 3 days there from to. I want, please make me a detailed plan. My interests are, and it comes up with a really, really great trip plan. That's incredible. So nowadays, it's really difficult for the customers because they have their own data,
Mhm.
but it's very cost intensive to have their own AI model.
Mm.
So in the end, they will use one of the existing models like ChatGPT. And there are solutions, and there are a lot of companies are more consulting other companies how they can integrate AI, which is, I think this is the next couple of years, there will come up a lot of companies and just look into the processes of the company and say, hey, this is where AI can help you.
So am I hearing it correctly that mostly customers at the moment are coming from the point, so I have this idea, I have this application, how do I put AI inside? And not in the way that, oh, I have this problem, how do I use AI to solve this problem?
Yeah, it's more the first part. It's more like I have this problem, solve it the traditional software way.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's our part to say, okay, we can solve it the old-fashioned way, but how can we integrate AI to make it better or easier to solve your problem? That's something where we have to think as freelancers or software developers, but it's also like new jobs will come up. Say, okay, will tell the companies, hey, if you change this, AI will be very easy to integrate and will be a really good impact on your whole process.
And I feel like if freelancers who know those AI tools and who really see those use cases, I feel like they will be really valuable experts in the future.
Yeah, that's a good one because I think it's more like freelancers will have a lot of more time by using AI because it saves time, but they have to use this time to learn something different, like consulting,
Yeah.
getting into the customer's processes or how the customer thinks. And then if you have the full picture and if you know what AI tools are out on the market, then you can really help the customer which is the best tool or which is the best solution for his problem.
What would you say to a freelancer who still doesn't use AI in their work?
Change or die. It's yeah, it's um, the first I would say change or die. On the next question, why don't you use it?
Yeah.
So it's because he's missing out a powerful tool that can really boost his productivity and creativity and also improve his market position. You're always in a competition with other freelancers. So if you have this AI expertise and if you have done some projects where you have integrated AI, it will be in the future. It will help you to get better jobs or new jobs, and you will be faster. And you probably can ask for a better price. So it really helps. So it's different if your customer comes and says, "Okay, I want this project," and freelancer A says, "Okay, I need like 100 hours." And the one with AI is like, I only need 50 or 60 hours.
Yeah.
but he still can have a higher price.
Totally, totally. And Stefan, I wish to have the sky as the limit, but time is the limit to our conversation. So the final question, what is your favorite food?
My favorite food is Thai food. I think it's Italian food or Thai food. I like pad Thai. Pad Thai is my favorite food. Yeah.
And what is the best way to connect with you?
LinkedIn or email.
Got it.
That's best best way to connect with me. Yeah.
Got it, Stefan. Thank you so much for sharing your experience, and it's been such a pleasure to hear and learn from you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me. It was really a pleasure. Thanks.
And, and thank you so much for listening. If you like the show, hit the like button or 5 stars and share it with your friend. That's it. We're done. See you in the next episode.